Hello quilt artisans, my name is Shonda and welcome to my channel Under the Needle. So I have been working on this scarf here since, if I had to say, 2016, 2017, right? Here it is. So I taught myself how to crochet years ago. Before I started quilting. I stopped crocheting because at the time, I had a young daughter. I was doing a lot of braiding of her hair. I was working, typing, and then the crocheting on top of it. This action with my thumb to control the tension of my yarn, I started to have some repetitive stress in this area. So I moved from crochet to quilting. But every once in a while, I'll pick up my crochet needle and I'll crochet. So what made me start doing this scarf was that my daughter was in cheerleading. She was in cheerleading, and I had to drive her to cheer, wait for her, bring her home. And while I was waiting, yes, sometimes I'd read. Yes, sometimes I'd watch TV. But also sometimes I'd crochet, or I'd read, or I'd watch TV and crochet. So this is all I have left of this skein of yarn. It's almost done. So my project is almost done. And I've noticed lately that I've had more time to crochet. So basically when she stopped, I digress. When she stopped doing cheerleading, I basically stopped working on this scarf. She only did cheer for a year. So it basically just sat in this bag, and every once in a while I'd pull it out and do a couple of rows. Or we'd be on a road trip and I'd take it with me, and sometimes I would do a couple of rows and sometimes I'd never touch it. But it's pretty compact and it squishes down into a relatively small space, so it was never a big deal to bring it with me. But I'm almost done with it. That's my last skein of yarn, and I'm almost done with the project. So I wanted to start something new. And of course, we all know that our phones spy on us. So as soon as I mentioned the word crochet, I started getting the ads. And one of the ads that I got was for Annie's Crochet Striped Afghan Club. And I looked at the colorways, and one of them spoke to me, and that was the plumberry. It was gorgeous. So I'm like, okay. So I try to read a little bit more about it, and it's not really clear on the sign-up page. It says, yeah, get started, get your kit today, first kit free. And then I go to this to sign up, and it's like, you can sign up. Do you want a full kit, or just the yarn, or just the pattern? Okay, I don't know. What's the full kit? What comes in the full kit? What comes in just the pattern? What comes with just the, specifically? Okay, I know I get yarn. How much yarn? Okay, I know I get a pattern. How much pattern? What's come? I need more information. I found the website to be vague, and I think it's deliberately vague. Because what's not clear, because it says you can cancel anytime, but what's not clear is that this is an 11-month program. So if you cancel after month 2, you're going to have an incomplete project. Not only will you have an incomplete project, you won't even have the pattern. It's not, because they give you each month. So the way the program works, so did a little digging, the way it works is that you can get a shipment every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks. And with each shipment, you get the pattern instruction and yarn to do 3 stripes. Now, these stripes are going to be multiple rows. So you're not just doing 3 rows. You're doing 3 stripes of color. And each stripe of color is in varying widths. So it might be 3 rows in a stripe. It might be 10 rows in a stripe. So you get enough yarn to do those 3 rows. You get a skein of yarn to do those 3 rows. And it appears, because I watched some YouTube videos and did a little bit more digging. So the nitty gritty is this. You can get your first kit at a discounted price, 50% off, 100% off, 25% off. There's always some kind of discount running for that first kit. The particular one I saw was free first month. You only pay for the shipping, which is $6.50. But now there's 10 other months. So I wanted to see how much this was going to cost me every month. So I go on the website, I remove the coupon code. And so for me, with shipping and tax, it was $27.69. I'm like, okay, to finish this this Afghan, that's going to be 10 shipments. So that's going to be $276 to make an Afghan that finishes around 48 by 56. That seems incredibly excessive, ladies and gentlemen. That seems incredibly excessive. That's a lot of money. So, okay, what are you getting? So I watched a lot of unboxings, and it appears that each month you get 3 skeins of yarn to make your stripes. 3 skeins of different colored yarn in order to make your stripes. So, okay, well, how much does this yarn cost? How much yarn do we need to make this project? There's nothing here. So I had to find the pattern. So I dug through the Annie's website, found the pattern. Low Country Crochet Sampler Afghan. Awesome. Okay. Let's look and see how much yarn is required. So of 2 of the main colors, you need about 900 yards. For the other 3 colors, you only need about 600 yards. There's 5 colors in this Afghan. Now, this particular yarn is about, I think it's 180 yards per skein. So, I would need 5 of the 5 skeins each of the 2 biggest, and then 6 of the other. That's 16 skeins of yarn. In this club, you're getting 33 skeins of yarn approximately. That's a lot. That's almost double what you need. That's double what you need to make the Afghan. So, okay, how much is this yarn? Okay, so the yarn on the Annie's website is $5 a skein. So you're getting the value is what I'm saying. So you're getting the value, right? Because you're getting 33 skeins of yarn times $5 a skein. That's $165, right? And then the pattern and the videos, that's another $40. That's $205. That's still not $280. That's $205. Not $280. 33 skeins of yarn at $5 a skein. Plus, I mean, even when I add tax to here, that's still not $280. But we know that there's a premium on a kit. But you could cut this off at 6 months and be more reasonable. Give people all the yarn they need plus some extra and cut it off at 6 months and cut the cost in half. But they don't want to do that. So at the end of the day, I really liked the way this Afghan looked. But I'm not paying $280. I've already found the pattern. So I went to Hirschner's. Hirschner's has the yarn on sale for $2.79 a skein. I was able to get a coupon for free shipping. So my yarn is going to be $56. For those of you that worry about not being able to break it up into payments, there are all types of companies out there that allow you to pay something over time. There's Afterpay, Affirm, Klarna, Sezzle, and you can always use one of these to buy your yarn and spread it out over payments if that's of concern to you. You would only need, $27 a month is what you pay for the kit. That's 2 payments and the yarn is paid for. Now, The only thing that I could see potential value in is that there is an option where you can buy the pattern and the tutorial separate. Apparently, there are detailed tutorials that show you how to do these stitches and put this Afghan together. And that is 4 installments of $9.99 plus tax. That might be worth it. Because let me tell you what, I've gone through this pattern. Last night, when I was vetting this out to see if this is something I wanted to do, I did a chain of 32. The pattern has a chain of 36. I did a chain of 32. And so this is my first little bit here. Now, I'm a terrible crocheter. I tend to drop stitches. And so mine looks like I'm making a bib instead of a square. That's on me. I have to work on counting my stitches better. But that's one of my issues with the pattern. I like when a pattern tells you for every row how many stitches you're supposed to have. And this pattern doesn't do that. There are some rows where it tells you that you're supposed to have, and I don't know if those are level set rows, like if you mess something up earlier, you know, add an increase to increase it up to 136. I don't know. But I like when a pattern tells you for each row how many stitches you're supposed to have. And this doesn't do that. Now, because these stitches I can learn on YouTube. The stitch itself I can learn on YouTube. I can go on YouTube or Google, I can type in the stitch, and I can find a website or a video that will show me and demo how to do it. I'm not worried about that. But I don't know how many stitches are in each row for most of these rows. And that's always been the problem for me when crocheting, was keeping my stitch count correct. So if you are someone who has taken this, who is subscribed to this, and you have seen some of the tutorials, if you could tell me if that information is included, the number of stitches in each row that I'm supposed to have when I'm done, let me know, because then I'll pay for that. That I'll pay for. Even though I've already paid $7 plus tax for the pattern, I would pay the $40. Now, that was hurdle number 1. Hurdle number 2 was trying to figure out the colors, because they call the colors something different in the kit, because they don't want you to be able to just go and recreate the colors. So spend some time on the internets, spend some time on the Premier Yarn website, figured out what I think the colors are. The blue color that they call Lagoon is actually Lake. The cream color that they call Stone is actually called Cream. The plum rose is actually called Rose. Cappuccino is Cappuccino. And mulberry, I believe, is Grape Jam. So I went on the Hirschner's website, $2.79, free shipping, got my yarn, got my pattern. So I'll be able to do this for the low cost of like $62, as opposed to $280. I mean, I'm doing a whole king size block of a month, and the all-in price I think was about $280 for a king size block of a month. To me, it wasn't even, let me see, I think I paid $18 a month times 12 months, $216. So a king size block of the month program was cheaper than this large crib size Afghan. I think the pattern is great. I think the idea of learning 30 different stitches is great. Their color selections are great. The fact that they're doing in-depth tutorials is great. But this price point is insane. Insane. You can go on the Hirschner's website right now and buy 6, probably, maybe more, Afghan kits. 6. And it would be less than this $280. So I'm going to do this. I've ordered my yarn. I'm going to wait for it to come, and then I'll get started. In the interim, I might do another swatch. I might do a smaller one. I might do like say like chain 20. This is a chain 32. I think you have to use it. That was another thing. In the pattern, there's no instructions on how to enlarge the pattern. Sorry about that. I got interrupted. There's some people here that are helping me get my front yard together because my house needs some work. The whole house needs some work. Okay. So anyway, I think what I might do is, like I said, I think I might try to do another one of these just to see if I can get a better kind of gauge of now look at that double entendre, gauge, because I struggle with gauge. Honestly, I really don't worry too much about gauge. I try not to have it be totally off. Like these first 8 rows, this first stripe was clearly too large. Like it tells you that when you measure it, like how long it was supposed to be, and based on mine was supposed to be like I think 11.5 inches for the number of chains that I made, and I think it ended up being like 12.5, but no big deal. Really all I have to do is go down a hook size. I used an I hook. I can go down to an H hook, and that should get me where I need to be. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo that. So I'll probably spend some time working on that. But yeah, let me know. Let me know if this is something that you tried. Like I said, I love the quilt. I mean, I'm so quilt minded. I love the Afghan. I love the colors in it. I love the concept of doing 3 stripes a month. I like that concept. I like the concept of, you know, each stripe being a different crochet stitch, and maybe unconventional crochet stitches that you don't come across all the time. So conceptually, I think that this is a brilliant idea. I just think that Annie's really missed the mark in pricing, because $280 for an Afghan that's a little bit bigger than a crib size. Like that's unreal to me. Unreal. But like I said, you too can do this crochet project for the low price of $62, $65, something like that. And honestly, if I had waited, you know, Annie's always puts their patterns on sale. If I had just held out, I'm sure there would have been a 25% off coupon or 30% off coupon that I could have applied and got this pattern cheaper. But I was impatient and I didn't want to wait. And also the yarn was on sale. And I don't know how much longer it was going to be, $2.79. So I wanted to go ahead and get in on that. So like I said, let me know if you've tried this. Let me know if you've looked into it. Let me know what you think of it. If you've done it, please let me know about these tutorials. That is the only thing that I would consider buying. Because I think $40 for a $7 pattern, then that's $33 for the tutorial. And if it's walking you through all 30 of these stripes, I think that's fair. I think that is fair. So again, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next video.